a beautiful country, surrounded by mountains, streaked by rivers, wild animals to hunt, and lakes for fishing. I was looking for Boomer, a dog, a fighter. Hope County was a paradise, but dark clouds were gathering. He roamed hunting through the woods and meadows. He was on his way to his mummy. Nothing could stop him from finding his way home. He searched all over the house for his mummy. But his mummy was dead. She thought the postman rang and opened the door. She was murdered by the Peggies. Boomer was sad. He felt he was alone now, lost everything he loved. No one could help him. His anger was boundless. He set out to take revenge on the damned Peggies. He knew no mercy. He killed every Peggy to avenge his mommy. Their weapons did not deter him. But one day his luck ran out. He was shot, badly injured, could not escape, had no help, and had to surrender to his fate. The Peggies took him away, cared for him. They had terrible plans with him. They locked him in a cage. He was to be killed, grilled and eaten at a party in front of the Peggies. Alone and abandoned, he awaited his fate. They called him a dirty dog in a damned mutt. He had no chance of escape. The folks in Falls End knew I was looking for Boomer. They had heard that a famous dog on Ray Ray's pumpkin farm was going to be caged and should executed by the Peggies, an Australian Patel dog and North American champ in gun retrieving that could only be Boomer. I got a SA .50 with an awesome glass, silencer, and enough ammo. From a distance, I took out one asshole after the other, changing position after every shot if possible. They didn't stand a chance. I had no choice. I had to kill them to save Boomer. In the end, I had used up 14 cartridges, so I sent 14 of these scumbags to hell. Still, I felt sorry for them, lying in the sun, bloating and being eaten by maggots. Of course they were looking for me. I had to retreat from time to time. My biggest worry was that they would kill Boomer. The whole operation lasted over an hour. I was surprised that they didn't call for reinforcements. They were probably too proud to do so. Finally, here he was, the famous Boomer. I couldn't believe that this dear dog was a dreaded killer. 2 of these bums were hiding. Thank God. There was a machine gun next to a body by the cage. Both killed. Each of them had 20 new holes. Boomer is saved. Get out and let me cuddle you. Now we'll go hunting together and kick the Peggies' asses. Before we go into battle and flatten everything that looks like a Peggy, he has to run first to get his rusty bones going again after the weeks in the cage. And we have something else to do. We visited the grave of Boomer's mommy so that he can say goodbye to her. With his good nose, Boomer will smell who is buried there. At first, he stood there motionless. Then when he looked me in the eyes and wagged his tail, I knew he was ready for the fight. As we killed the first motherfucker, Boomer's skills came into play. He brought me the gun, and I finished the game with lead. Together we roamed through Hope County, always looking for food for my rifle and Boomer's teeth. I could always rely on him, didn't need any commands. He knew which one of those fucking bastards he had to kill. Even when I didn't have a field of sight. He grabbed the right one by the throat, so together we freed a lot of prisoners. These guys full of bliss were a tough nut to crack. They always needed an extra dose of lead before they kicked the bucket. Boomer always needed an extra bite before his neck broke. They were totally stupid and stinky, stank like rotten meat. It was great when we used the helicopter. I turned the Peggies with the machine gun into red fog, and Boomer as ground crew was responsible for the precision work. He turned everything that slipped through my fingers into minced meat. When it's been a tough day again, we slept in the sun, sometimes cuddled. Sometimes he chased his own tail. Then it was on to the next mission. When we wanted to destroy a camp of the Peggies, it felt like there were 5,000 Peggies there. There was plenty of counterfire from below. Boomer realized that he didn't stand a chance here and got out of the carnage. The pigs had probably been expecting us and brought a few good shooters into position. The helicopter was hit. Loss of pressure in the hydraulics, could hardly be steered. Just managed to get away and then had to bail out with the parachute. Helicopter destroyed. Landed at Boomer in a nutshell. Got some useful stuff out of the wreckage and then continued on foot. All the critters we encountered on the way were really annoying. Boomer could handle the fattest wolves, but when those were his opponents, I preferred to keep my SA ready. So we moved through the county always on the lookout. Sometimes we also had to cuddle, care for our tired bones, and take the opportunity to do something about our own smell while swimming through a river. And we taking every chance to thin out Joseph's herd. Thinning out. I had to grin when I thought of John's words. The fire breathers were tough guys. A well-aimed shot at the container solved the problem with a bang. The fight with Boomer was always a pleasure. Sometimes I thought he was planning his kills. If I came from the front, he attacked from behind. Perfect timing.
Goddamn stupid pooch!
Wow, it really cracked when he snapped that motherfucker's neck. Number 100 if I counted right. Assholes with flamethrowers! Exploded like a supernova. These motherfuckers deserve no better than to stew in their own juices.
Stop your dog! That dog means business!
Motherfucker, kicking Boomer's ass. One on the snout. And a few new buttonholes in your stinking coat. And a bullet for Joseph. On the way back to Falls End, we met Glenn and Jasmine, want to marry. They want to announce it that evening and throw a party. Now they want to go into town to get everything. Before the party, we look around the county and remembered about our years together. After years of fighting, Boomer and I finally want to find peace. 5 years we fighting together. 5 years of starving, freezing, hunting, and killing. He is old and tired now. A cabin on a lake, hunting and fishing. That was our dream. But things turned out differently.